We haven't had this knowledge. How can we focus on this knowledge when we don't have this knowledge? We've only had the scope of this material world and this ascending knowledge that none of it is complete. None of it is full, is devoid of Krishna. However, I don't know. Okay, can invite. I did that, Maharaj. I don't know why. I didn't know why I didn't do it. But anyway, what to do? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. I forgot what to say. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. Oh, I'm playing my bass. Oh. Okay. All glories to Gadaha Pandit. Sri Pandit. I offer my respectful obeisances to all the intimate devotees of the Lord wherever they may be. Come out wherever you are. There's no need to hide anymore. The door is open. You can come. They shout, I know you're scared. I know you're stressed. And you need rest. Come home. Hear the words emanating from Srila Gaura Haridas. And be at home. Rest at home. Be showered by the unlimited Govardhan Hill, the unlimited mercy, shelter of the Lord here by hearing His words, His potency, because that's Him. His potency is Him. I offer my humble respects to my dear friend, Shrimati Radharani. Thank you for allowing me to sweep the dust of the courtyard, for showing you that I can be your friend. Thank you for accepting me. Oh, glories to you, Lord. Shrimati Radharani, the personification of pure devotion. I offer my respectful obeisances to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, the cause of all causes. The one who has arms, legs, eyes, ears everywhere. The Lord of this universe and all universes and beyond. Oh, glories to your lotus feet. I offer my respectful obeisances to all the intimate devotees and the devotees in the Sangha of Srila Gaura Haridas. Thank you for continuously joining in this splendor of the Festival of Light every single day. Turning the lights on for Krishna. So people can see. So people can see where the Lord is residing. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay, can't invite now. No, I've done it now, Maharaj. Hare Krishna. I don't know why it didn't work before. Okay. Please forgive me for my offenses. Can you please look past my offenses? Because I'm here. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So I'm going to read from the Srimad Bhagavatam, from where I left off yesterday. Canto 1, Chapter 8. The prayers of Queen Kunti and Prakshit. And I'm on text 18. I'm just going to turn this down. Okay. Jai Shri Guru Hari Das. Okay. Shrimati Kunti said, O Krishna, I offer my obeisances unto you because you are the original personality and are unaffected by the qualities of this material. Do we want to go to somebody that is not affected by all the goings on of this world? Don't we want to be under that shelter? Don't you? To rise out of this material world, because we are so affected by it because of focusing on this world. Srila Gora Hari Das is our representative, who is not 99.9% not affected by this world. I take shelter. I take shelter. Receive protection. I'm able to truly rest in that shelter of Srila Gora Hari Das, the real true representative of the Lord, as good as God. As good as God. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Always thankful to my lifeline. Always making sure my lifeline is clear. Okay. You are existing both within and without everything, the Lord, yet you are invisible to all of He's only invisible to all of us because he lives on God consciousness. He lives on the consciousness of Vrindavan in our spirit. Truth. We can't see him because people are focused on the material consciousness. The Lord only resides in his devotees. If we come to his devotees, we begin to feel him. We begin to feel our transformations. We begin to feel our attachment to the pastimes, hearing them from an ecstatic spiritual master, Srila Gora Hari Das. And now his devotees, his devotees, he's not invisible anymore. Once consciousness has been raised, can see the Lord in different places. Feel the Lord in different within the heart. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare. So I'm going to read the purport on this. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Read the purport by Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Shrimati Kunti Devi was quite aware that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. He is. And this was 5,000 years ago. And now he is incarnated as Lord Chaitanya with the most recent message for our survival. We need to take shelter of that message by hearing it from Srila Gaura Haridas. Now, okay, although he was playing the part of her nephew, okay, such an enlightened lady could not commit a mistake by offering obeisances to her nephew. Therefore, she addressed him as the original Purusha beyond the material cosmos, although all living entities are also transcendent. They are neither original nor infallible. The living entities are apt to fall down under the clutches of material nature. And that is what we do. Under this material nature, we fall down. We get kicked and stabbed and hurt and captured, incarcerated, suppressed and depressed and manipulated. Do you want me to go on? But the Lord is never like that. In the Vedas, therefore, he is described as the chief amongst all living entities. Nito, Sitanam. Then again, he is addressed as Ishvara, the controller. The living entities or the demigods like Chanda and Surya are also to some extent Ishvara. But none of them is the supreme Ishvara or the unlimited controller. He is the Mashvar, or the supersoul. He is both within and without, although he was present before Shrimati Kunti as her nephew. He was also within her and everywhere else. In the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15, text 15, the Lord says, I am situated in everyone's heart, and only due to me, one remembers, forgets, and is cognizant, etc. Through all the Vedas, I am to be known because I am the compiler of the Vedas, and I am the teacher of Vedanta. Queen Kunti affirms that the Lord, although both within and without all living beings, is still invisible. Okay. Hare Krishna. Let's see. Okay. Daphne said, oh my God, what beautiful prayers. Shama Gori, Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, dear River Yamuna, David Dasi. And good morning from Deutschmut, Germany. Haribo, everyone. My heart is dancing with joy. So I'm not able to see everyone when I read. Hare Krishna. Okay. Hare Krishna. Through all the Vedas, I am to be known because I am the compiler of the Vedas, and I am the teacher of the Vedanta. Queen Kunti affirms that the Lord, although within and without all living beings, is still invisible. The Lord is, so to speak, a puzzle for the common man. Queen Kunti experienced personally that Lord Krishna was present before her, yet he entered within the womb of Uttara, to save her embryo from the attack of the Brahmastra. Kunti herself was puzzled about whether Sri Krishna is all pervasive, or local. Excuse me, or localized. In fact, he is both, but he reserves the right of not being exposed to persons who are not surrendered. Not surrendered souls. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. This checking curtain is called the Maya, the Maya energy of the Supreme Lord, and it controls the limited vision of the rebellious soul. It is explained as follows: Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Queen Kunti, Draupadi, these most elevated devotees, they had many calamities happen, and they were saved by calling the Lord's name every time. And I have experienced that. Call the Lord every time. One is taken out of any attachments, any difficulties, and risen out, always brought back to center the one truth. the one, again and again. We are able to. Most people are not able to understand. Scholars, they read the Vedanta. Sorry, the Vedas. They read the Vedas. They read them and they can remember them and they can say these big words, but they can't find Krishna. So they can't give Krishna. Srila Gaura Haridas is the live wire of the true Parampara. Who is reading the mellows reading the mellows of devotion from the Vedas, and deeply showing us where the Lord is residing. He's not so invisible to real devotees. His real devotees. We have to come in line. We have to come in through that door. Simultaneously, we have to purify and be decompressed of this material focus, this material life that we have been living, to be able to bring that, have that room to express the Lord, decompress the material, allow the Lord to grow and express, expand and express. Srila Gaura Haridas is always bringing the Lord, Krishna alive in the Vedas, bringing Sri Chaitanya alive now. He's the most recent incarnation. His message is the most important to us right now, to be able to understand, receive, be touched by that message, experience the message of the process that Lord Chaitanya himself, God, Krishna himself, came to experience whilst experiencing the devotion that Radharani feels at the same time. And sharing that with us. That is why Srila Gaura Haridas is my center, is my security, is my link, is my nourishment, is my inspiration. He's empowered, deeply empowered by Lord Chaitanya. And now we are becoming more and more empowered by the words of Lord Chaitanya emanating from Srila Gaura Haridas's mouth, listening every day, being cleansed in that bath, that real bath every day. We can go and have a bath in the Ganga. We can. Just take a long time. I don't have that. A long time. Many lifetimes here. Many lifetimes or in this life. Many lifetimes or in this life. This Raganuga path could have never been, let me just turn this back, could never have been. Bono, Hare Krishna to you. Beautiful symptoms of awakening consciousness. Thanks for heartfelt lecture. Yamuna, thanks. Guru Srila Guru Haridasa's association, absolutely. At every moment, always thanking that association, always glorifying that association, always being, always glorifying that link, always being in that potency of glorification, always by hearing the names of the Lord, hearing the potency of the words spoken of the Lord, streaming through all those, each word that is spoken by the real true devotees, which are sheltered. And you too can have that shelter, that protection, that rest. You can begin to know the Lord, how the Lord is only visible to people who live, invisible to people who live in the material potency. In spirit, living in spirit, we're meeting the divine spirit, because that's what we are part and parcel of. And we are receiving that nourishment, the one nourishment, which is the word of God himself. And he's growing. And we're facilitating that. Hare Krishna. And it's all happening here in the Sangha of Srila Gaura. So we're going to read some more. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. 19. Being beyond the range of limited sense perception, you are eternally irreproachable. You are the eternally irreproachable factor covered by the curtain of deluding energy. You are invisible to foolish observers, exactly as an actor dressed as a player is not recognized. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Let's see. Purport. Okay. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Sri Krishna affirms that less intelligent persons mistake him to be an ordinary man like us. And that's not what they do with the Srila Gaura Haridas. You know, he's wearing the t-shirt. You know, he just looks like an, everyday ordinary man. Whereas the Vaidis, they wear all of these nice clothes. They wear a uniform, and people are conditioned with that uniform, and they believe that that's a holy person. But that's just external. What's going on inside those devotees, those gurus? With Srila Gaura Haridas, what's going on within Srila Gaura Haridas? What makes him not an ordinary man is we really need to come and I've experienced this, to really know that Srila Gaura Haridas is not an ordinary man and is the representative of the Lord himself, because of what he's bringing in: safety, shelter, relaxation, rest, absolute knowledge, bringing in himself. Srila Gaura Haridas is giving this to his devotees, bringing in that potency and being touched in the heart all the time. He's not an ordinary man. And you will only know if you come and hear and listen and see your own evolution, your own transformation, because of transcending all these difficulties, all of these attachments that keep us anchored in this world. Hearing from Srila Gaura Haridas, they will simply be let go of, simply by hearing and by going through the cleansing, going through removing of obstacles, such as, fears and attachments, conditionings and programs, concepts and philosophies, all sorts of things. He's no ordinary man. And I urge you to have this experience of walking in the presence of God, realizing who Srila Gaura Haridas is. And sometimes people doubt. But if we keep coming and keep listening and keep hearing, that doubt will be extinguished. It will be evaporated. It will be gone. You will be able to be stable in absolute truth. Remember, people are coming from this world of uncertainty, so much uncertainty. The Lord is not here. It is overridden by by the powers of these demons who want to control and have power over others, destroy and cause havoc over others, just cause so many disturbances over others. Just the way they are. But here, we have that potential. They say, don't they? To every one of us has the greatest potential to rise out of this darkness, to rise out of this material consciousness of form into real, true God consciousness simultaneously. Everything is happening, whatever we need to let go of, whatever we need to receive, whatever we are, is happening here at the shelter, being under the shelter of Shila Gora Haridas, because the Lord Chaitanya's mercy comes through Shila Gora Haridas to us. Boop, boop, boop. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. He's not an ordinary man. You know, people in this material world, if you got to wear a suit and you got to wear a tie and you got to have cuffs and nice polished shoes and all of comb your hair, it's all a facade. Just because you look good doesn't mean anything. It actually, for me these days, especially with men in suits, men in black and gray suits, pretending to be authority, you know, they've made that an authoritative look. They've made certain uniforms conditioned as like the police uniform to be a point of authority, a point of going for help, you know, for peace, for help, peacekeepers. But they're not. Maybe some are. Maybe some are, but they're not. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. So people are saying all of these things to Srila Gora Haridas, you know, blaspheming and also just deride who he is, because they lack intelligence to be able to come and sit and at least try, at least see what happens. Let me see what happens, because you will lose nothing. Just experience this, the words emanating from Srila Gora Haridas, and experience what happens to you. Experience what happens to others. I mean, I've known, being here for 5 years now, the journey of others and myself, the involvement of others, other devotees and myself, by hearing every single day. Hearing the highest devotional service gives us I don't know. I do know the highest devotional service gives us everything we want by hearing that potency, hearing that vibration. Remember what material music does to us when we listen. You know, it lifts us, it makes us feel sad, all sorts of different emotions. Here we are listening to the vibration beyond all other bright. The vibration can drown out all other vibrations within us. To be able to see the Lord, feel the Lord, hear the Lord, be touched by the Lord, hear by hearing from Srila Gora Haridas every day, every day. Things smell different. You see things different. You go to different places that you've been, you know, many times. You see it differently from a different angle. It's like a new place. Okay. Hare Krishna. And thus they deride him. The same is confirmed herein by Queen Kunti, that less intelligent persons are those who rebel against the authority of the Lord. You can imagine, you know, people, because of their focus on this material authority, which are dangerous for us. The authorities within this world that are here to try to help us, you know, they are dangerous for us and destroying us. You know, they do not represent the Lord at all. Whereas the devotees, Srila Gora Haridas and his devotees, truly represent the Lord, because the Lord is coming through. He is coming through. Srila Gora Haridas in his t-shirt, you know, and his microphone is representing the Lord clearly, again and continuously, every single day, by sharing that potency, by speaking that potency that is emanating to the heart, that is instilling those mellows of pure devotion for the Lord in the heart every day. And we need to hear every single day to take us out of this material consciousness. It's simultaneously, but it then gets quicker and quicker and quicker. And people who are just so stuck in this world, in ignorance, you know, in ignorance, in passion, in goodness even, they don't know. They don't know this knowledge. They don't know where to go. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. They don't know that they are being crucified, actually. They don't know that they have been suppressed and manipulated, deceived, lied to, and cheated to. Excuse me. And cheated. They don't know that because they don't have this knowledge. They don't have the shelter. They don't have the time to rest and have protection, to be able to let go of all of that material attachment, to just let them go. It's a constant process of cleansing and the Lord growing within the heart. Cleansing, purifying, and the Lord growing within the heart. Cleansing, hearing, cleansing, hearing, the Lord growing in the heart from the real devotee. Okay, somebody's, let's see where I am. What's making that noise? Srila Krishna said, do you realize that you just put an image of Srila Gaura Haridas standing in a street in a t-shirt with a something, and that's all? No, I didn't realize I did that. I didn't do that because I was on the other screen reading. And oh, wow. Did you take a screenshot? Why can't I pull these down? Okay, I'm just seeing, I haven't read. Let's go back to this. Okay. I think my intelligence was brought about by having just a completely different life to most people around me, most of my life, wondering what's going off, kind of being in like a suppressed state, that there's some knowledge coming, but here now, being able to really cleanse the real true counsel, the real true counsel of the Lord being represented here by headed here by Srila Gaura Haridas and his devotees, being able to be absorbed in that association, just being absorbed in the potency of the Lord to drown out this material world again and again, because those doubts can come back. Thank you to Yamuna Devi Das for having some intelligence to take up Srila Gaura Haridas's offer. Yamuna, everything's going to be all right. Keep listening. And that's exactly what's happened. Everything is always all right because I keep listening every single day. Has anybody ever given you that kind of offer where you've been, keep listening to what I'm saying and everything will be okay? And it's true. I recognize people rebel against authority. I'm not doing that. They don't want to do these things. These people are not representing spirit. They're not representing shelter and protection. They're not representing a place to be able to rest and truly relax and be able to open up the channels to let go of this focus of this material world, to turn those tables and focus on the one truth, which is God himself, which is Krishna himself, now here as the represented by the bona fide spiritual master, as the recent incarnation, most merciful Lord Chaitanya. His message, his process that he personally showed us, is that the word? Lived as an example so we could learn from those pastimes. Every step he was walking with his devotees 550 years ago, written down by his wonderful devotees, these books that we read, and the pastimes coming alive by hearing them from an ecstatic devotee who brings the words alive. Oh my God, I watched this. I like watching kids shows. And there was this one where it was about books actually coming alive, the words coming alive, and then actually the characters in the books coming alive. This was about causing destruction. Here, it's about causing a transcendental drowning of this material world. Just like when you watch those shows where it's all black and dark, and it's all dark. And then when they win against the bad, maybe a witch, I don't know, it just becomes all color. It just becomes whoosh, all color like that. Srila Guru Haridasa brings the books alive. You know, the characters are becoming alive in these, not just characters, but the exalted personalities, you know, bringing us continuously, keeping that line coming with the Vedanta of the Lord coming through Srila Guru Haridas. I confirm it. Queen Kunti confirmed it. I confirm this. Who Srila Guru Haridas and and who he is, being a true, deep representative of the Lord himself, the most recent Lord, Lord Chaitanya. Okay, let's read some more. I'm getting excited. We need authority, guys. We don't need authority from incomplete beings, incomplete people who come from their heads. The Lord resides in the heart. That's where we need to go. This material world keeps us up here in the head, where there is, continuous anxiety and stress and fear and worry, all of those things. We come to the heart. We may still have those things, but they always play out and work out. They always play out and work out because one has been surrendering, just surrendering to this absolute truth, surrendering to the lotus feet of Srila Guru Haridas, surrendering to who he is, what he brings, how he speaks, what he shares, how he guides us, instructing us and showing us, just being this example of Lord Chaitanya, truly being a real, true example. I'm gonna have to read these. Actually, it's good doing this because I'm distracted doing it this way. And here I am bowing down to transcendental authority. We need authority. We need the hand to hold. It's spontaneous. This is spontaneous loving devotion. We don't know what's gonna happen, but we have Srila Guru Haridas. We have Srila Guru Haridas to hold on to. He's bringing through the Lord. He is as good as God. And all of us are holding on to him. He is our well-wisher, our benefactor, our spiritual guide, our spiritual instructor who has mastered spirit and is giving that to us. We are simply hearing this because he is that. And we are hearing from the great spiritual master, bringing in the potency, the transcendental potency of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu every single day. We're living in spirit, guys. We've been living in this material world for a long time. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. It's time. And it is time because of Srila Guru Haridas being who he is and bringing in all of these devotees who are attached to spirit as he is attached to spirit. We have to be attached to spirit. That is who we really are. That is our eternal form. We must be attached to, so we have our personal relationship with the Lord all the time. So exciting, so uplifting, so inspiring, so empowering for me to you. From the Lord to me, from the Lord to Srila Guru Haridas, from Srila Guru Haridas to me, from me to you. Can you see the real transcendental chain happening to all the devotees in the Sangha? Let me see. I'm seeing if people are saying anything. Bani, Hare Krishna to you, my brother. Hare Krishna to you, Sunny Ram. Hare Krishna. So Karuna is saying, did you know you said Srila Guru Haridas just in a t-shirt? I said that and more. And yeah, a t-shirt and a microphone. That's the first thing you kind of see, don't you? People always look at the uniform and what paraphernalia they have. Srila's microphone is his beads bag. I don't think. Yes, it was. Anyway, let's go. Hare Krishna. Bani is saying It's so relaxing to find the real deal amongst so many fakes. Yeah, absolutely. It's just relaxing, resting. I could take my hat off now and rest. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Absolutely. Search comes to an end. It's come to an end for many of us. And people don't need to really search anything else, because it's the Lord is residing here every day. This Sangha is risen up every day by the glorifications coming from the devotees every single day. People will be able to see the Sangha being on Facebook every day. I'm going to stop here because I've done 108 minutes. And today I was reading about I'm reading the chapter of the prayers of Queen Kunti and Prakshit from Canto 1, chapter 1 of the Srimad Bhagavatam, and it's talking about my life, actually, because of experiencing life with the Lord and without the Lord, and what happens without Lord Chaitanya, without being in this association, and what kind of happens. I didn't take that step, actually, maybe a little while. It's so uplifting and fulfilling to be here. It just comes in and spilling out now more. With going through purification, cleansing. We take a bath. People take a bath every day. Some people take two. So be it. We are cleansed here every single day, twice a day, even more. Just cleansed again and again by the word of God, the transcendental words of the Lord, which are Him Himself. And we begin to feel the Lord isn't so invisible, but it's a gradual process for now, which gets faster and faster and faster. When we build our muscles, it takes some time. When we start maybe running, I could run for 3 minutes when I first started, and it got to an hour. I don't know about now. I don't think so. I could do 3 minutes. So gradually it gets faster and faster and faster and faster as we transcend into spirit and leave this material, because we've been shown the deep workings of this material energy, this material consciousness, and how dark it is and what it causes. Spiritually, it's just something else completely. The same, but something else completely. Yeah, okay, that's a riddle. All of these things, what we say, you will understand as you come here and experience. There's nowhere else to go, like Karuna said. There isn't anywhere else to go. And it's available here for everyone. It's open now. It's an open house now. The door is open. Just come and stand in line. It's not a material line. Everybody who comes here is at the front of the line. We do not have to stand behind. We're at the front of the line. This is Raganuga Bhakti. This is what Srila Gaura Das is doing. He is speaking the words of God that just touch the heart where the Lord is alive now. Boom, 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 alive. And you can check. Come and experience, come and read, come and hear, come and talk to the devotees. You can see past videos of what we were like at the beginning, going through when we were with Srila Gaura Haridas, and we were doing Harinam every day in Nottingham Market Square, every day, and for a year and a couple of years, and then me and Karuna, and then we were going through purification and the whole changes. It was like a time of decompression, real deep decompression from this material consciousness to awaken and being born again in spirit. But it happens gradually, just gradually. It will happen. I promise. It will happen. It's happened to all the devotees in the Sangha gradually. Everybody's a winner. We're all winners, baby. We're all winners. And it's happening to all of us. There's no win-lose. And, there's spiritual life is so different. We might use the same words, but those words are of transcendence. They're not the same. We experience different things here. So on that, I'm going to leave. Thank you to Pani. Thank you so much for coming. Sunny Ram, thank you to you. Sunny Ram has difficulties in hearing all the classes, but what he's hearing, brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Thank you to Karuna. So many changes, working together as a team. It's about a team. It's about the A team, the top of the alphabet, because this Sangha is at the top of the alphabet. It is speaking the words of God all the time. Everybody needs this. Everybody needs this individual relationship with the Lord, because everything is about relationship, whatever it may be. But this is a personal relationship with the Lord. People don't realize that, the Lord is invisible. We need to have a relationship with him. It makes it so real. Take out that word. It is so real. It is real, real, real. It's a great show. We can all be part of it. We don't know what's going to happen. The words of the Lord emanating, Lord Chaitanya, Karuna, Lord Chaitanya emanating to us every single day, having that mercy. It's just every day we're at home, aren't we? We get have a bath, we go to work, we come here, and we just listen, and we're in the kingdom of God. We're just resting and being protected and working at the same time, and simultaneously letting go of everything we need to, so we can receive what we need to share the Lord with others. Thank you very much. And I said to Shamagori, to Srila Gora Haridas, hail, hail the King Maharaj, who's bringing in the greatest wealth, the Lord himself. And not only that, maintaining our relationships with the Lord, keeping an open space so people can come home and rest, because they've been out there rushing around and being smacked and falling down. They need that hand. They need to come home and connect and hold the hand of the eternal spirit, the eternal divine spirit itself, Krishna himself, as Lord Chaitanya, through Srila Gora Haridas, to all of us. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please watch Srila Gora Haridas online. He will be on Restream, going out to many social media channels. There's actually 30 on here, different ones. Everybody's got YouTube, no excuse. And if you don't come, you're just cutting off your own space, and you're just going round and round the maze of this material world, whatever individually things you are doing. And thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Bye-bye. Bye, Daphne. Bye, Daphne. And anybody else, if I missed anybody, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Bye-bye. I could turn this off.